definitely don't know if I remember how to do this. You would think that like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years now that I should have it down. I don't seem to. This is going to be like a hot mess express riding off the train tracks, but we're just gonna go with it. Try to turn off all the notifications and see how we do. Oh my gosh. Hi, you guys. Happy 2020. I am Diane. Welcome to the Suburban Stitcher podcast. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I am so excited to talk to you. I have been putting it off for weeks and weeks and weeks. I did Vlogmas in December, so that was a lot of editing and talking. And then it has taken me since the 25th or the 26th or the 27th or whatever to get a proper video together. And I even said, I really like the stream of consciousness and Vlogmas style of recording, like just little snippets here and there. But I don't know how realistic that is for me to keep up with. But we'll see. It's just a lot of talking every day. Anyway. Oh my gosh, I literally don't even know where to begin. Like, there is so much to talk about, you guys. I don't know where to start. I feel like we always start with finished objects. So let's start with finished objects. I should say the date. Today is January 13th, 2020. And I will not forget that because 2020 is a big year. We'll talk about it at the end, I guess. But yeah, so let's talk finished objects. I have finished quite a few things actually since we have spoken last. And then towards the end, we're going to talk shop stuff, which I'll show off some samples that have come in. But I don't necessarily will not get the order that these things were finished in. But it's fine. I don't think I showed this finished, and so I just want to show it. This is my spring cleaning shawl by Stephen West, made out of all Suburban Stitcher yarn. All of my like pales and neutrals and beautiful light colors. I have not washed and blocked it. It's been finished for like 2.5 months. I haven't done it yet, and I need to because it's so good, you guys. I love it. It's perfect for this kind of springtime coming up because it's all pale and light. One of the reasons I have not put kits up in the shop for this yet is because I don't know exactly how much of the pink yarn I used. And so I'm considering either putting like 2, I think it's more than a mini skein, which is my hesitation. I'm considering either doing like a 50-gram skein or 2 minis, but I haven't quite figured that out. I don't want you to have tons of extra, but I also don't want you to be short if you wanted to recreate this exactly. So anyway, Suburban Stitcher yarn. I will put links to my show notes, which is on my website, suburbanstitcher.com. And they will have links to project pages with colors and weights and all of that stuff. So this is this. Oh, you know what? It's been so long. I forgot that I don't podcast with the lights on. That's not good. Is that good? How do we like it with the lights off? It's a little dark. Yeah, it's I don't know. What do we think? I think it's bad either way. Okay, so then I finished, or not then, I don't know. I finished this cute hat. I think this is called the College Bound hat. I'm almost positive. It is by Christina of Chelsea Yarns, Chelsea Luxe, and it is a free pattern on her website. It is not on Ravelry, but she has the recipe written out for you. It fits like a glove. I knit this using one skein of my slub sock in the chicory colorway, which is kind of a golden caramelly brown. And then I used one strand of my mohair in the steampunk colorway. So it's golden, but has this beautiful purple halo. And it is so nice. 2 strands held together of the slub. So I just held it from each end of the cake, and then 1 strand of this mohair, and I knit it in like 24 hours. It was pretty awesome. Okay, I've showed that. Then I finished a shawl called Susan Joy, I believe. I'm almost positive. Is this right? Which way's right? This is right. Okay, so this is using 2 skeins of the slub yarn. You can see how airy and lovely this is. The triangle portion of this shawl used just over 1 skein, but it's huge. And then I used 25 grams of tassels because there are 7. All the tassels. The shawl is made by the tassels. So that's this. My gosh, I love the tassels on it so much. It makes the entire shawl. Love it. This is my swamp colorway. Let's see, we turn off the lights. Can you see it better? It's a swampy green. Swampy brownish green. I don't know what is the better light. That's pretty good. So this is swamp. 2 skeins of the slub sock. Okay. Let's finish that. Sorry, but there's gonna be lots of light adjustments as I figure this out today. I finished my Cozy Knitter Advent socks. This is the 2019 Advent skein by the Cozy Knitter. They are matchy-matchy with coordinating heel, toe, and cuff. They're very long. I cannot... Now that I have podcasted, they will go into my drawer for next year. And my most recent finish, as of 2 nights ago, I think. Ends are not woven in, and it is most definitely not washed and blocked. A lot of ends to weave in, but I have finished my adventurous wrap that I have been working on since, I don't know when, a long time. So this was the first half. All of this was from stash and minis and leftovers. This was not a kit. This was just created from my stash. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I feel like this is definitely Dianne, and it's so funny. It's I didn't realize it how much at the time, but it has like a pastel half and a saturated half, and I love it. I'm really excited to have it blocked and to see how big it will be. It's an interesting shape, but it will be good for tying and wearing, you know, like that. And you just get to see all the colors wrapped around. Oh my gosh, love it. Oh my gosh, now I have mohair fuzz all everywhere. Okay. Adventurous Wrap by Amba O'Brien. I think this was the first Advent shawl that she came out with, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it so much. So that is that. This was one of my very, very oldest whips. Back in August, I said I wanted to finish my 5 oldest whips. And I think I finished 3 out of the 5. So I have 2 left. A sweater and a lace shawl. So that's it for finishes. Since the last time I podcasted, it's a lot of finishes in 5 months for me. It's pretty good. So things that I am knitting on right now. I have a pair of socks in my purse. It's the Gauge Dye Works Socks Point socks. I finished the first one and I am on the second one, probably almost to the heel. So those will go with me to Vogue, I believe, just because socks are great travel knitting, right? So I think those are going with me. I cast on this hat sometime in the fall, right? Like I bought this yarn the day it was released. It is the Ranch 02 by Brooklyn Tweed. I guess this is a Rambouillet yarn. I think I don't remember the colorway, but I know it's Brooklyn Tweed Ranch 02. It's a worsted weight. I picked out this really pretty green color. Very smitten by swampy greens right now. And the yarn is just so lovely and sheepy and bouncy. Gosh, it's just really nice. So this pattern repeats around the whole thing. I got quite a bit done yesterday morning while our family was just sort of hanging around quietly, independently, enjoying some downtime. And yeah, so I got quite a bit of this done. I think I have maybe 4 or 5 rows until, maybe not even 4 or 5, maybe like 3 rows until I start crown decreases. This hat, again, I have a small head. If you're new here, I have a very small head. And most hats swim on me. I can already tell this is going to be no exception. It's a one size hat, but it was designed for this yarn, so I really wanted to knit it. I'm knitting it exactly to pattern, and so maybe it ends up for my husband or for one of our kiddos or something. But yeah, it's going to be quite large on me because if it's already stretching this much, like it doesn't feel tight on my head even a little bit. It feels very, very, very loose. Yeah, so we'll see. Once it's washed, it definitely needs to be washed. It still feels a little, just needs to be washed because it's got some like rusticness. I can tell when I knit with it that stuff comes out. Anyway, so this is, I think it's called the Forbes hat, or I don't know. I'd be lying. It's on my Ravelry page. Again, that will be linked in the show notes. What else am I knitting on? I started this since the last time I podcasted, but I actually haven't touched it in almost a month, since like the 23rd of December. I am knitting, and I even started picking up a sleeve and haven't. Wow. Way to go, Diane. I am knitting a ranunculus. I feel like I'm the last person on the planet to do that, but nevertheless, I am knitting a ranunculus. I picked up 2 skeins of some beautiful yarn. This is very wrinkled. Very beautiful red yarn at the East Texas Fiber Fest from a new to me dyer called Wander Luck Fibers, hand-dyed yarn. She's got a beautiful logo with a couple of sparrows. She is based out of the Dallas area. This is a 75-25 merino nylon. And yep, so I alternated skeins in the body. And so I have pretty equal amounts left, and I will use 1 skein for each. Well, I'm not going to alternate on the sleeves, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I will use one for one sleeve and one for the other. So this will be probably a less than 2 skein shawl or sweater, which I'm very excited about. It is unblocked, obviously, but it hits me right at about my belly button. So once it's blocked, it will be, oh gosh, that has a, even with alternating, that did that. Wow, that's very interesting. Or maybe is that creases? No, that's color. That's color. I did helical knitting, and what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Ranunculus, beautiful yarn. It will block out a little bigger. It's knit at a very loose gauge, and it will always be worn over t-shirts and dresses. So that is that. Whenever I finally decide to pick up the sleeves, it should go fairly quickly. Okay. What else is happening here? The other Advent project that I started, I had 2 yarn Advent calendars this year. I had a yarn ink calendar that I did not start the project with, anything with. It's still sitting on my table right here, just staring beautifully at me. And then I have this project that I did start. So this is Wavy Wiggles by Stephen West. Oh my gosh, it's kind of crazy. And this is it. It is bright, it is scrappy, it is very un-Dianne, and yet very Dianne in all the ways. So I am channeling my inner Stephen West and just knitting with whatever yarn makes me happy, whatever I pick up. If I like it, I'll knit a lot with it. If I don't like it, I just use it for a little bit. I am throwing in lots of color pops and texture pops. I've got some couple of, well, only one so far, but I will put another bit in here probably soon with some Surrey. Yeah, I'm just really, really, really loving this. The yarn that I'm using is mostly and primarily will be from the second Advent calendar that I got, which is from Sweet Nesting on Instagram. She does not have a shop. She does not have an online store or of any kind. She just dyes custom orders. And I don't know if she's taking them anymore, because I know she got quite a few after several people had her Advent calendars and were showing them off. And so now I think she has stopped taking custom orders, at least for a little bit, to try to catch up. But yeah, so I have this bag with all of the minis that I got, and I have wound up other things, like this is a full skein of Surrey, this is a full skein of Surrey, and then I had some different things on the bottom here that are like colors from other things that I've done or leftovers that'll be my accents. I'm just loving this. It's such a fun, like, color experiment. And so I hope to get, you know, little bits here and there to work on that, but that's a lot of fun. And then the last thing, I actually just pulled this out yesterday because I was thinking, okay, I just finished that Advent shawl, and what is still in my whip bin and my works in progress on Ravelry that is something that I know for sure that I want the finished object, and that is something that I want to work on right now. And so I picked up my lots of Stephen West things to talk about. This is, what is this called? Sereno Symphony, I think. I could be very wrong. Let's see. Yes, Sereno Symphony. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So his uses 2 skeins of West wool in the background and then 3 different colors of Ching fibers for the Surrey accents. And I am using 2 skeins of hedgehog fibers, skinny singles for the background, and 3 different colors of Ching fiber for the accents. So my main color that's the hedgehog is taffy, which is this color. It's a pink with multicolored speckles. And the Ching fiber, I'll turn you to the back, you can see this a little better. The Ching fiber that I'm using is that cream, the aqua, and then I'm starting in with this caramel color at the bottom. And I think I have the tags. I can tell you the actual colors. Okay, so taffy is the skinny singles. Then I have champagne is this one. Nassau is this one. And honeycomb is this one. So that is my Sereno Symphony. I think I've done 2 or 3 rows since I picked it up last night. I'm just about to start the first little bobble section. So I'm pretty excited to see how that works up. But these rows are long. I think I'm at like 415, 420 stitches per row. So it doesn't happen instantly. But yeah, it's really fun. The rows are easy, at least so far. So yeah, it's just been a good little focus project. And I think, am I over halfway done? Well, I mean, no, because these rows get so long. And then there's a big brioche border. I'm not over halfway done, but I'm enjoying where I am. So there you go. Yeah, so that is Sereno Symphony, and at least today, that's the project that I felt like bidding on. Obviously, we know that changes from day to day with me. Okay, so I feel like I want to talk about a couple of things that are just kind of life updates, right? I don't know, just like things that are happening currently with Dianne. As they kind of relate to the new year, I guess. I try not to have resolutions, but I also just try to set goals, or like I've done words of the year, I've set goals. This year I don't really have any like, you know, knit this thing or knit this thing or knit this project or whatever. I have some rough like life goals and business goals and things that I just am really focusing on. Some are things that I would like to happen in my lifetime. Some are things that I would like to happen in the next 6 months. So yeah, so we will see, you know, what happens. And those are not things that I plan to share with you because they're personal. But a couple of things that I will share that I'm doing, is I am doing a pretty radical change with my physical fitness. I have been going to the gym at least 3 days a week for the last several weeks. And boy, is that incredible. I am loving it. I am loving it so much. It's amazing to see the difference, even just in my mood. It's not been long enough to see any changes other than I'm sore all the time, but any changes in the way anything fits or the way anything looks, but I love it and I hate it. I hate it every minute of it. It's hard. It is very hard. And today was the first day that I actually left early because I was still so sore from last Friday's workout. I could not move another thing. And I just couldn't. And I was so tired. And the first half of the workout was so hard that I was actually having trouble breathing. So I just stopped early. But other than that, like I'm still going, which I'm super proud of myself. And it's a journey, right? So like, that's what I'm telling myself is I don't have to be perfect every time. I could have woken up this morning and said, well, I'm still sore and you're not really feeling it. And it's super rainy and cold outside, but I didn't. I got there and I didn't do 60 minutes of a workout. I did 47. So that's really amazing. And I'm super proud of myself for that, for showing up, for showing up even though I didn't want to. I didn't finish the whole thing, but I showed up, and that's so much of the battle. So that is kind of what's happening with me health-wise, fitness-wise. I'm healthy and fine, but that's just something that I'm doing for me because I'm trying to be a stronger version of me. I have been doing a lot of journaling and a lot of planning. I have 3 different kind of daily little journals or calendars or appointment books that I use for various things. So I have a traveler's notebook that I do like a daily goal and kind of like a gratitude journal and a daily goal. I'm using the principles kind of lined out by Rachel Hollis, if you are familiar with her, and the Start Today brand. Rachel Hollis, Dave Hollis. So I'm using their method or her method for gratitude journal and then writing down 10 goals every day that are things that you want to achieve. And so that happens in my traveler's journal as well as other like creative ideas or, whatever. There's several things that happen in here because there's several notebooks, but that's where this happens. I have a 5-year journal. It's a Hobonichi 5-year that I actually just started this year. I saw it and I thought, 2020 is a good year to start that, especially since it's like 5 years until my oldest is in college. That's hard to even write and think about. Anyway, that's insane. But I'll show you a page I haven't written on. So it has a day and then you have a little spot for 5 years. So I'm doing that. This is in a Sojourner leather folio cover that was specifically sized for the Hobonichi 5-year. I don't know all the colors or anything like that. I just picked this combination out because I liked it. I liked the natural with the kind of saddle colored leather. Very, very soft. And I know it will get softer and more weathered and worn and beautiful as time goes on. So that is my kind of little 5-day, like at the end of the day or the beginning of the next day, I just write down, memorable things. And then this is just my calendar. It's a Hobonichi Teco Cousin. Hobonichi Teco Cousin. And I have the full year. I do not have the Avec, which splits it in half. But I just keep track of normal calendar things on here. Daily, weekly, daily. I haven't been doing a ton of stuff on the daily pages. I've been keeping track of just some personal things or list making or, sometimes I'll write down, like if I'm trying to track what I'm knitting or how much knitting I'm doing, I will do that on there. And then this is in a Joy Token leather cover. And I think Joy Token is on Etsy. I'm pretty sure. But it's really nice. And then it has my monogram, initials on there. This one is like, it's a very soft leather, but it's a lot thicker than the Sojourner leather. So I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, you can. Just the leather on the leather on this one is thicker than the leather on the Sojourner. So that's all of my journaling and planning. I do that every morning. Helps me start the day, helps me kind of get focused on what I need to be doing, what I would like to be doing. I just feel like it's been a really good, a good practice for me to keep up with. So that is that. I am constantly listening to audiobooks, and that especially while I work. And you can find me on Goodreads. I will put the link where you can find me. I don't do book reviews or anything like that. I just give stars or whatever. But if you're just interested in seeing the things that I am reading, you can friend me over there and follow me. Yeah. So business-wise, shop-wise, Suburban Stitcher Yarn, you can see I had a huge sale before the end of the year, and nearly everything sold. I think this is a little bit of sock yarn that's in the shop. Singles, and y'all talk to me about singles. Does no one like single ply yarn anymore? Like, singles barely sold at all. There's tons of it left. Like, categorically, that was the one thing that didn't sell. So yeah, let me know is it something I can just get rid of, or just move to custom orders only, not stock it when I do shop updates. I love it. It's like my favorite base ever. If I'm going to impulse buy yarn, it's going to be on a single ply. But no one, I guess that's not the case for everyone. So just let me know. And if no one lets me know, then maybe I'll just start phasing it out. There's a little bit of bulky, I think, right there, and then some sport weight and a few skeins of DK. Not tons. There's tons on a couple of colors, but mostly not a super ton. So yeah, shop. I'm getting ready for Vogue Knitting Live this weekend. I leave on Thursday. My friend Sharon from the Modern Skein and I are traveling together, and I'm so excited. So excited. Yeah, I just cannot wait for this trip. I have yarn in the Knitting Place booth, which is also super exciting. I'm super excited to meet Dinah. Yes, I don't know why that. Dinah and, is it Pam? No. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst. I'm super excited to meet them and hang out in the booth. I will be there Friday night, all day Saturday for sure. And then I might be able to pop in for just a minute on Saturday or Sunday morning. But we leave to fly out on Sunday. So it's kind of a quick trip for me. We will also be hanging out in the hotel on Thursday. So if you are in the city on Thursday and hanging out and knitting or whatever, I plan and hope to have a lot of sit and knit time, like especially Thursday and some on Friday. So come find me. I would love to meet you. I have not done an event on the East Coast anywhere. So please come out and support Suburban Stitcher if you are on that side of the world or planning on being at Vogue, because I want to show these East Coasters how much love and support you can give to Suburban Stitcher and why they need to have me in their shops. So come out and support me there. Samples that you will see. Okay, so I just had this new sample and I have a couple of kits available at the show, but then I will also be putting custom orders for this kits online. This is an enormous, like, schlanket. This is not even blocked. My friend Heather knit a Sea Swell shawl by Stephen West for me. It is a fade, 5-color fade. It is enormous. I could wrap me and all of my family in this thing. But it's amazing. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. So it's amazing. Look at that. So it has Neptune, Moody Blues, Navy, Hurricane, and Coal. And look at the color fade, you guys. It's so good. Heather did such an amazing job knitting this. She has knit several samples for me, and every time they're incredible. So Sea Swell will be at Vogue. I had my friend Sally's gonna kill me. I had Sally knit these for me, and then we decided not to have bulky yarn at Vogue. But I have 2 beautiful samples for Oslo in bulky yarn. So this is a hat. This is a hat and cowl set by Northbound Knitting and Lisa Much of Northbound Knitting. This is in my Oslo colorway. So it's 1 skein for each. 1 skein for the hat, 1 skein for the cowl. Super quick, super cute. I think she knit both of them in less than a week total. And it's the same stitch pattern, so really super fun. And there is Oslo and bulky in the shop right now if you're looking to knit one of those for yourself. And then the big, exciting, brand new sample that will be at Vogue is, take it out of its protective case, is the brand new wrap releasing on Thursday by Joji Locatelli. And it is called Cosmopolitan. And it is knit out of my brand new Yak DK base. Oh gosh, let's see. I'm just gonna have to make noise to scoot back. You can see there's the lace. It is a beautiful wrap that's so drapey. The merino, or the Yak DK is merino, yak, and silk, and it's drapey and got a gorgeous weight to it. Oh my gosh. It is so amazing, you guys. She's put all sorts of pictures, gorgeous pictures on Instagram. The pattern will be available Thursday. It's called the Cosmopolitan Wrap, and this is the Cosmopolitan colorway. This, because it's on the yak, it comes out a little darker than the actual color, which is much more kind of a brighter fuchsia-y purple. And this is a little more muted of a fuchsia purple. But it's a great weight, drapey, like I said. Oh my gosh, I just love this so much. I want to knit one, I think maybe with just the natural DK, or the natural yarn, not dyed. But I love this so much. So that is releasing Thursday. Like I said, I will have pre-orders in the shop for kits. And yeah, I have an exclusive colorway releasing. I say exclusive. It won't be exclusive because it's too good. I can't keep it for just Vogue. But it's a brand new color releasing called Manhattan. It is releasing at the show. And I will have some available probably starting next week in the shop. Ready to ship, and then I might do a pre-order depending on if it is really popular, if other people like it. I've got a test knit coming up that I dyed the yarn for yesterday. Hopefully it is dry by tonight so that I can start it. I have another project that I'm going to be starting that I'm very excited about, that I will be showing off on all the places. But yeah, so I'm just having a great time with my knitting. Business is good. Life is good. The national championship is tonight. Go Tigers! By the time you see this, they will have either won or lost, I think. We shall see. So anyway, have a great day, a great week. I'll take video at Vogue. Maybe Sharon and I will podcast together. That would be super fun. But I will see you soon.